Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. You can't remove the vertebrae from your back to fit within somebody's roof. You need to stand up full and glad, standing up erect. Terrence communicated the tales he jumped at the chance to see depicted by people of color in Hollywood soon. His words: I might want to know the capacity of men to be men and individuals to be individuals. The man has been belittled, so it seems as though Terrence Howard has chosen to stop Hollywood for good. Furthermore, he's presently standing up about how he became weary of being compelled to play womanly men on screen. Terrence clearly accepts that Hollywood is pushing a plan to undermine individuals of color, and he asserts that he was erroneously blamed for being challenging to work with in light of the fact that he wouldn't assume specific parts. Presently, this isn't whenever we're first catching wind of Hollywood's reputed plan to make individuals of color more ladylike. What's more, individuals like Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams have recently asserted that dark entertainers are compelled into wearing dresses on screen before they progress to that next degree of popularity. Nonetheless, Terrence would not fold under the strain, and this is supposedly important for the motivation behind why Hollywood marked him as troublesome. While Terrence has had enough of being coerced and has as of late uncovered that he's finished with acting and tired of the Hollywood plan, there ought to be some sort of approval against that spot until they make a difference in some sort of way. In any case, is this thought that Hollywood is attempting to weaken people of color simply one more paranoid idea? Or, on the other hand, is Terrence doing great about this? How about we get into it? That is the stuff you must watch. It's obvious. That is the reason you must clear this stuff up. You must watch the stuff that they put out there, since they're simply attempting to bring in cash. Realm star Terrence Howard has forever been a polarizing figure, and titles about his own life frequently eclipse his acting work. Nonetheless, Terrence's ability is evident. What's more, during the mid-2000s, he was nearing the precarious edge of achieving driving man fame, and his exhibition in the Oscar-winning film Crash persuaded numerous to think that he would turn into the next best entertainer of his age. In 2008, Terrence showed up in the wonder blockbuster Iron Man as James Rhodey Rhodes, and notwithstanding playing a supporting role, he was the most generously compensated entertainer in the film. Nonetheless, quick forward to 2010, and where Cheadle assumed control over the part of Rhodey in the Iron Man continuation. Diversion week by week detailed at the time that Terrence was offered a 50-80% compensation cut for Iron Man 2. Be that as it may, it was never uncovered whether Terrence turned down the job or whether Wonder pulled out their proposition. In the meantime, the sensationalist newspapers guaranteed that Terrence had an attitude issue and was hard to work with. Nonetheless, Terrence later recommended that he was purposely depicted as the furious person of color in his circumstance with Wonder. Also, evidently, that is on the grounds that he began openly standing up to Hollywood's plan to weaken individuals of color. Terrence guaranteed that delicate people of color have the best outcome in Hollywood, and he said that the film business purposely depicts solid individuals of color as an expected danger. Presently, this thought that Hollywood forces a more ladylike picture on individuals of color is certainly not another one. Furthermore, Terrence isn't the main superstar who has openly resolved this issue. Dave Chappelle was among the early voices to recommend that Hollywood had a purposeful plan to make dark entertainers and comics wear dresses on screen. In his 2006 meeting with Oprah, Dave reviewed an episode where he was constrained to wear a dress for a film job, and this experience provoked him to begin making associations and perceiving this example in Hollywood. Sooner or later in his vocation, I'll interface. And I'm like, goodness, these siblings gotta wear a dress, and you put this dress on and… what ensemble? Presently, I'm not doing that. I feel really awkward about it. That ought to have been in the conversation, however. I feel really awkward with it. All in all, it's clever. Every one of the greats has gotten it done. Dave uncovered that the makers kept on applying tension after he said he was awkward wearing a dress, and they made it sound like he was being challenging for saying no. Goodness. Come on, Dave. Tune in, we have everything set up. We should shoot each other consistently. Your abdomen costs this much cash. No, the strain comes in. Furthermore, wear the dress. What? Wear? The dress? What to wear? This dress, you understand what I mean. Goodness golly. Folks, this is so troublesome. Dave likewise said this caused him to understand that all celebs are compelled into doing specific things, and the greater part of them surrender to pressure, trusting there could be no alternate method for ascending the acclaimed stepping stool. Not long after, Dave openly expressed that most dark humorists are compelled into wearing a dress. Kevin Hart was approached to comment on this, and keeping in mind that Kevin didn't out-and-out express that he could never wear a dress for a job, he concurred with Dave that you need to defend your standards and safeguard your image. Dave Chappelle, another extraordinary jokester, said that, in the business they attempt to make him wear a dress. Have you at any point run into that with scripts? And is this something that, you couldn't do? I certainly haven't run into the urge to put on a dress. That is to say, you must have limits. You must have limits that you will not cross to safeguard your image consistently. However, at that point, a couple of years after the fact, Kevin showed up in SNL drama wearing a dress, prompting allegations that he sold out. Following Kevin's appearance on SNL, his profession soars, prompting jobs in high financial plan films to sell out arenas for his exceptional shows. That very year, Kevin's SNL production was communicated. Cat Williams was interrogated concerning the analysis focused on Kevin, and Cat said the issue reaches out a long way past Kevin Hart, and that it was basically Kevin's chance to put on a dress. Kevin doesn't need to stress over the things individuals will say regarding him wearing a dress due to the long queue of dress-wearing individuals before him. So presently, we have Large Mama's Homes 1, 2, and 3. I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So presently, I'm saying, for what reason would we say we are singling out unfortunate little Kevin Hart? Since it was his move next, alright? And keeping in mind that a few fans dismiss this as simply one more paranoid idea, numerous others brought up that there are various dark entertainers and humorists in Hollywood who made huge progress by taking on dressing and drag jobs. Fans referred to films like Huge Mother's Home, White Chicks, The Nutty Teacher, and Norbit. Likewise, bringing up the fact that there aren't as many motion pictures with white entertainers dressed in drag. What's similarly risky is that in a considerable number of these motion pictures, people of color who depict ladies are normally playing a misrepresented and clique exaggeration of people of color, particularly more established ladies. But there are not many portrayals of individuals of color ridiculing older individuals of color. And afterward, more recently, stars like Jonathan Majors confronted allegations of embracing the supposed castration plan. Also, after Jonathan was highlighted on the front of Dark magazine back in February, a few fans disagreed with his outfit and posture, guaranteeing that it advanced a picture they thought about manly. Obviously, there were likewise a significant number of people who safeguarded Jonathan's cover and guaranteed that the main individuals who definitely disapprove of it are the individuals who are not secure in their own manliness. Be that as it may, assuming you ask Terrence Howard, Jonathan's cover isn't a fortuitous event, and it's all important for a more extensive plan to weaken people of color. As a matter of fact, Terrence was persuaded to such an extent that this plan was genuine that he, as of late, stunned fans by affirming he was leaving Hollywood for good. During one late meeting, Terrence was approached to address the bits of gossip that he was eliminated from Iron Man 2 in view of having outrage issues and being uncooperative on set. Nonetheless, Terrence denied this and guaranteed he was essentially going to bat for his standards as opposed to letting the business higher-ups direct what a man ought to resemble on screen, while likewise adding that these days dark entertainers must be womanly to become showbiz royalty in Hollywood. My dad showed me, never remove the vertebrae from your back or the base out of your throat, Terrence said. I ain't raising sheep. I raised men. Remain a man. Terrence additionally added, everything is hermaphroditic. The more fruitful men currently are, the more womanly. And afterward, in one more late meeting with Revolt, Terrence multiplied down on his cases that Hollywood has a plan for areas of strength against men. The man has been belittled. Terrence said that with the new recipe, most men are made to be delicate and not have their power or feeling of solidarity. They permit white men to have the option to be solid. In any case, when it's people of color, it's viewed as a danger. Terrence likewise said, I would rather not eliminate a couple of chromosomes to squeeze into someone's story. So I feel they need to extend their accounts to permit men to be men and, at the same time, value a lady's delight. Concerning his choice to resign from acting, Terrence, as of late, told AT this is an ideal end for me. I've been playing Imagine until the end of time. There's compelling reason to play Imagine any longer. I've done my time.